Hi, all. Good evening. So thank you so much for joining. A very warm welcome to everyone whoever joined across location. It is good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So thank you so much for your interest. I hope this session is going to be more informative. So let's begin. We are in a sharp time, so 6:30 in India time. I'm going to share my screen. Uh, hope you please you can tell me that who can share my you can see my screen.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, guys. So
Shankar
let's
here.
begin. Yeah, let's begin. We will start another 1 minute.
Okay, already 6:30 now.
Yeah,
We can start on time. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much, guys. All right. So I think you guys able to unmute yourself and speak and ask your questions. What I suggest, please make your questions to note, and we'll have that at the end of classes 10 minutes to open for the questions and answers. I will take those questions and answers. Right. Let's begin. So once again, warm welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's session for the day one free workshop on Azure. I'm going to begin with the class today. I hope everyone can see my screen, right? It's a day one. All right. So just begin to understand that. Let me take my notes here. We are a plan to start with the day one, the workshop on Azure, which is Microsoft Azure. So first to understand that why we need to learn this, right? And how this course is helping, or this technical skill or technology is helping us. Basically, this is cloud technologies, our career. I hope everyone know that is in a basic concept or basic technical skill on the Azure, right? So why we need to learn this? So ultimately, the current scenario, the current market, people are people means what? It's all organizations are moving to the cloud. So after moving to the cloud, people needed for the support, the service support needed engineers, right? And there we need to have the resource. So earlier, now still today days, many of organization already moved to cloud. So why especially that is Azure cloud? Why Azure cloud? Why not for other cloud platform where you can see the AWS and GCP?
Because Azure is acquiring the market much faster. 75% is acquired by the AWS, according to my knowledge. It
Uh-huh.
could be more than also.
Mm-hmm.
And Azure also, it's a similar kind only. The first and second market leader will be AWS and Azure, and last will be GCP. I can
Perfect.
able.
85% already Microsoft is acquired. It means maximum organizations are moved into the Azure. 60% of market acquired across worldwide AWS. So 50, as of now, just 45 to 50% for the Google Cloud. So basically, no matter which technology we are in, if we are in a Windows Server administrator or a software developer or a help desk administrator or any other technology supporter, we must learn to the Microsoft Azure. Why? If the Microsoft Azure acquired 85%, obviously we need a more requirement. Not only the requirement, Whoever really serious on that to changing their job and getting needed for their good package of salary, that is another point of here from the Azure. But ultimately, how do I choose it? How do I choose it? If I am a Linux administrator, is it good to select for that is Azure? I would suggest for who are go with the Linux administrator and they can choose for the AWS. They can also choose for the Azure, but Azure is for more into the Microsoft product, where who worked on that is in Windows Server Administrator or Desktop Support Administrator or any other database administrator, or maybe you are a software developer. So many of your administrator already working, you can choose, I can suggest for the Azure. Why? Because you have that is in a good career in this to have a good package. You can continue to learn for not only the Azure, you can stop here as a cloud. So the market is looking, the organization are looking for the three things. Keep in mind, everyone. What are those things here? First, how do you things to make automate your day-to-day work? And the moment you made the automated, your work will be optimization. Then the last result would be applicable for the reduce the cost. This is what standing all the organization, how you are the candidate should be in a really very smart, and how he is working on the day-to-day operations activities, and how he is helping to the service-based company as well as business companies.
Can you scroll up a little bit? Can you scroll up? Can you go upper side? Otherwise, maximize the window.
Yeah, I did it. So if you see, yeah, what are you looking here in this?
I think the many of organizations are already moved to cloud. Why Azure cloud? Okay, got it.
Right. So this is I'm giving you to the maybe in this session who joined for the fresher, you can also can be applied for this course or this session. At least you need to know that many of people has confusion. I have counseling many of thousands of students or thousands of professional people, and they are struggling to you know settling up that career still, even 30 plus 40 plus age of that current market. They are getting the salary and they are stuck into the same company. And many of uh, employees who are working on IT, the lot of confusion with that. They're not getting the right job or right time, and they're not getting for the good package of salary. The lot of challenges are there, and I'm sure this day one and day two workshop for you to get you clarity in terms of the technically, in terms of your career counseling and all aspect. I can try to help you. So first, most important, I just said, now the every IT engineers, right? Most of the people are working, as I said here, you need to think about this aspect. Your resume, your technical skills, your thought has to be changed. You can forget everything as we are going to office and we work on the few tickets and coming back to home and we get salary. Gone those days. And there is no longer time surviving in IT if you keeping in mind that thought. So look into that this way. How do I smart to work on that? Obviously, you need to learn that when you make the automate, you must learn that one of the tool called automation part. I will tell you that how you can work on that, but you can look into that is one more important called as you need to learn the cloud technologies. So obviously, when you make the things to optimization and when you make the things to automated, you would be needed to understand that cloud plus automation platform has to learn. So how do you think to do this? We know that already we are working on on-prem environment, on-prem environment, and we know the what are the challenges are there, and we know that how much resource needed. and we know that how much time we are spending for supporting if any critical happen, right? Support for any critical issues. And at the end of the result, the most important, how much cost will be increasing. When we are going to answering the questions, why I need to learn for the cloud technologies and why specifically Azure only, here is the answer. If you're working for that is in Microsoft platform, to continue with your career, you have already updated your resume and you are already working on the Microsoft platform, the better options to choose for the Azure. And when you choose on the Azure, and you can compare with that is in what currently you are working on that on-prem environment and what are challenges we are facing on that. And we know that everyone know that is these are the lot of challenges. That is what every companies are already moved are moving to the cloud, because the major important for you are affecting the cost, right? So the when you're talking about cost, obviously they look into the services plus security. Microsoft has given you that is all aspect. You Microsoft say that is in tell me what service you needed. There are 60 to 70 categorized all the services and tell me that what service you would need it, and you just take that service and use it and pay that much of amount. That's it. So we as a IT engineers, we as a IT employee, what do we need to do that? How do we plan it? So we need to survive at least another next 10 years in the IT industry. We need to think always, how do I make things to smarter, which is automate and which is optimization, and obviously is going to both the effective we did it. This is going to be helping to the service based company and business manufacturing of the company. So this is what company looking for, how I need to reduce the cost. That is what we hear. I think everyone know that, everyone hear that. Every day the news are coming for many of the employees are laying off, many of the employees are losing their jobs. Why it is? Because we are not upskilling, we are not into the up to the mark. Even some people are up to the mark, there are bad luck that situation, they will be losing the job, but we need to get ready with that, we need to fight with that, otherwise we will not be survive. So that is what in the cloud technologies, how do you start your journey? If some of I am completely new to this platform, or some people know the things, but how do I work on that, I don't have any experience. And what are the basically the cloud administrator jobs, roles and responsibilities? Many of they are learning, many of people are joining the course and they're completing, they're going to the YouTube, going to the Udemy. People are self learning, but they never get a clarity on that what really we are going to do, become a cloud administrator. How do I start my journey? I have seen that there are 12 years of experience, 13 years of experience, 15 years of experience, getting only 10 lakh, 9 lakh, 11 lakh package, but always in a confusion that how do maximum people I'm talking about, not for the all the people. There are many of other candidate who took a training. They are in very good position and very good package, but 60% of candidate I have seen that in the market, even plus 12 plus 10 years of experience has a lot of confusion. But they really need to understand that what industry needed. Only learning is not enough. People are learning it, but it's not going to be enough. But you need to understand it thoroughly, practically, how your contribution, how do you make things to get it done for the reality? What are the actual technical skills you would be needed, right? That is what we are going to learn in the day one today. So we are going to discussing about in Azure, Microsoft Azure, the certification course would be, it's a AZ 104, which is called as Associate Cloud Administrator Basically, if you talk about the administrator point of view or certification point of view, the first certification point is called AZ 900, which is fundamental part, Azure fundamental. You need to be skip that. You can skip that. I can cover up. This is AZ 104. So in this AZ 104, you can plan for the both the things. One is career and second one is certification.
As a associate cloud administrator certifications, we can able to plan for career and certification.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
So it means what? Career means you need to know that is in what are, you know, really I need to look into that. What are the practical I need to be understand that. And obviously, when you wanted to go with a certification, prepare accordingly. So when you go to the preparation for the Azure, you can go to the, I'll just give you that is an examination, you know, topics here. AZ 104 Microsoft Azure Cloud Administrator. If you go to the official Microsoft official portal, you would be able to see that how and preparation yourself and get registered with the uh, examinations and what are the prerequisites. I'll going to explain in a shortly, right? This is for registration of the cloud account. I'll give the topic here, what Microsoft is going to cover in this. All right, this is the portal. I'm just going to put into the notepad here. You see, you are going to learn on this complete topic and the examination portion, it is these are the topic you need to be prepared. What are
Says, sorry for the interrupt. My question is like AZ 104 and AZ 900. It's a global certifications.
yes,
What we are going to get
yes, yes.
along with the exam voucher also.
You would be able to exam voucher you won't be getting, but you can get registered. You can get registered exam when you wanted to go with this portal. It is, you see
Hmm.
here. If you go to this portal, same portal, you want
Hmm.
to book an exam, you can come
Hmm.
back. This is, you will have that is 100 minutes of complete assessment. You can do this, and then
Okay.
you can just schedule the exam. And your, if you talk about Indian rupees, you would be able to, if some of people already working in organizations, if the organization is providing uh, vouchers from your organizations, right, you can utilize that, or you need to use this 4865 and schedule the exam. So when you go
Hmm.
to schedule exam, you will be have the all the fill in into your personal information and your email ID. Then it will take you that. We strongly recommend you registered with an exam with a personal MSA account. If you registered with an organization, Azure Active Directory account and exam records will lost will be lost if you leave your organization, and they will be unrecoverable. So you can use better for your Microsoft account. And who already taken the examination, you can plan for the renewation on this, right? So this portal, it will give you that all aspect. You need to prepare yourself, right? The topic what you are going to do. This is going to give you the overview. As a candidate for this certification, you should, for the certification point of view, you should have the just matter of expert in implementing, managing, and monitoring an organization's Azure environment, including virtual network, storage, compute, identity, security, and governance. You would need to know that. As an become an administrator, Azure administrator, you often serve that part of larger team dedicated. What are you going to do that? Implementing and organization's cloud infrastructure. You also coordinate with other roles to deliver Azure networking, security, database, application development, and DevOps solutions. So you should be familiar with this. I would suggest if you are into the fresher, no problem, but at least you should know that how things to works as an operating system, networking, servers, virtualizations. As I said earlier, in addition, you should have the experience with this. When you talk about the automations, please start learning for the PowerShell. I can give you this also in the later, another few days, PowerShell, how it works and why that automation is needed. We'll discuss on that. Azure command line interface, the Azure portal and resource manager template ARM, and Microsoft Entra ID. So you would need, everyone would be needed to thoroughly and practically understanding that, the career point of view, what is the skill you would be needed. Is that question would come to you that only Azure is enough for us to get the, the desired salary package? No, you would plan for your complete career package. I mean, career flow that is in Azure. which is you can plan for that 104 certification, and you can plan for that is in automation for PowerShell, right? PowerShell, and then you can plan for that is an Entra ID. If they continue with this, your career, then you can plan for that Azure security. So it would give you that is in full-fledged your career who are having, if that in this scenario is in the session today, uh, some people are having that 10 plus of years of experience working on the server infrastructure or cloud infrastructure already working. And how do I plan for this if I wanted to make the 50 lakh plus package? Is it possible? Yes, it is a possible. We should have that is enough skill and expertise level. We need to learn that. That is only key things to keep upskilling, keep learning things, and what industry needed. We have to get prepared to achieve this. You should have that. The many of candidates, many of professional experienced people does not have that proper mentoring, right? They need a right directions. We are here to help you to understand that, and uh, what is that skill is gap it is there, and why it is not moving to next level. We can help you. We can we can that is close that blockers. So what are we going to learn in this to understand that begin with journey? How do I start it? We will talk about like completely in a fresh mind, no matter if you have in this session experience and all. So if I wanted to start my journey in a cloud infrastructure in Azure, what are the things we would be needed prerequisites? As I talked about certification point of view and the career point of view, you should be understand that familiar all this topic how it works. The first begin we start with in Azure, you have to get registered for your subscription. There are some terminology you should be always remember, and you should understand that. So the subscription first, it would be going to start with that. Microsoft is given you to the free subscription with, along with that is in a $200 free promo value, where you can utilize. It would give you the around 28 days free of service, free of service. And you can see that what are the services are there, what are the categories are there. And just look into that is how look and feel this portal. Many of them never seen, they never logged into their portal. They hear it how the cloud works and what it is. I would suggest, please get registered your free subscription. It would required needed for your one of the email account, plus you would need it for one credit card. So that's it. You, when you have this is credit card and email account, you get registered. It would give the all all the roadmap. For example, if you go to the same portal, Azure free subscription or free account, if you click on this, you just see this here, this portal. Go to the try for Azure for free, and it will redirecting to the, you need to provide for your email ID. Since I have already registered, is going to redirecting to the my account, right? And before that, what I can suggest you, you would be able to know that what are the free service you would be getting, what are the benefit you would be getting here. If you scroll down here, you would be see that Azure free account, and once it's free account you have over, you will have that is in another credit card. You can go ahead with that, or you can convert with that account. It would be pay as you go. Now, in the free account, you would be getting for these many features, best of the proof concept of exploring capabilities, available only new Azure customers, free monthly accounts, amounts for 20 plus popular service 12 months, new Azure customer only. Your account would be active till 1 month or till 12 month, but you can avail the services, excuse me, you are avail the services till 28 days. So free monthly amounts plus 65 always free services. As I said, 60 plus categories are there, it is giving you the services. You can avail that is 28 days, first 28 days. Access of full catalog of services up to free amount of USD 200 credit, and spending protections credit card and won't be charged. No upfront commitment, cancel anytime. And so move to pay as you go pricing to continue beyond 30 days for credit card used up. and you would be getting for 200 credit card. So if people are using a first time, please get registered with your account. So until and unless you are not open your account, you are not able to open that your portal, you won't be able to know that what services has in this portal. The first most important, that what are the services, what are the categories are there, how do I learn this. As I talked about in AZ 104, we need to focusing on that managing Azure identities and governance, which is completely an Entra ID. Earlier we talked about Azure Active Directory. This Azure identities and governance will discuss about Entra ID. Implement and manage storage, deploy and manage Azure compute resources, implement and manage virtual networking, and monitor and maintain the Azure resources. So in this, we would be going to start with the first services, which is called Azure networking. So you would be able to know that how that Azure networking works, right? You would, let's see this, my account is with the already I have using for pay as you go. So anyone has any questions so far, which we are going to begin with this?
Yes, I do have question.
Go ahead.
Like how much percentage practical I can
100%
able to
practical. You can use a
fantastic.
100%. Why I'm telling you? So
Huh.
everything it would be in the portal. If you
Okay.
if you see the portal, right?
Hmm.
Every service, I'll show you the in a live another few
Hmm.
minutes.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
someone asked the credit card. See, you would be able debit card. You know, some people says the debit card is works,
Hmm.
right? So but I recommend that use a credit card, right?
In case if I don't have credit card,
No other options that you have to use a credit card.
no, but I don't have credit card.
Then you have to get it. Otherwise, you cannot log in it. Or you can get some above the Azure Pass you would be getting. If don't have the credit card, I would suggest go with your individual to use it. If you take again Azure Pass also, it will be give the limited time and limited durations. But again, what next? So if you decided to go with your career in a full-fledged with a high package, I would suggest we will have that is in our own, because we are being a technical persons, we are doing a technical support engineer. We must have that all the time to try and error and test it yourself, and you cannot depend on that is, and I don't have credit card and I don't have account, you cannot do anything in this scenario. You should, if you ask me, that is all the time my if you go to the billing part in my account, I have paid, that's fine, because I am getting benefit for this, and this is lot of skill is giving me. If I'm paying to the Microsoft some amount, that's fine. This is you see this. If you see that
Okay.
I have paid for the 18,814 rupees, 632 rupees, 9,000 rupees, 356, 331.
Free resource will be not accessible like in AWS 750 hours something like that
That
they
is
will
what you are
provide.
using free account first 20 days, 30 days is giving you,
Okay, so in the
right?
free account only we can able to learn
Yeah,
everything.
not everything. You cannot learn everything within 20 days. It will tell you that this is how it is. This is how it works. This is all services. It will tell you that, right?
Hmm.
And if
Hmm.
you have that another credit card or another registration, you can do it. It will tell you that if you go to here, all services, right?
Hmm.
You will have that all the options to study. But you wanted to have, even though free also, you won't get much, access or other facilities. You won't get it. It will ask you to the, you need to have, pay as you go, or you have to have that other features.
For
Well,
example, I want to access Azure platform next 1 year for my practice purpose. What is your answer for that,
go
Neil?
ahead for pay as you go.
Pay as you go pricing means like how much it will be cost approximately.
It won't cost for anything until you utilize anything. You, as I said, I shown you here. What is
Huh.
your resources utilizing? They will charge you for that, and you carefully use it, right? And if you see this my account,
Hmm.
I just shown you that billing part. I'm using for my practice purpose and my all aspect purpose. It is charging me, and if it's charging me means what is that I have utilized already.
So
And if you're
18,000
looking,
rupees you have paid, huh?
yeah, this is I have done for the some other project, which is I have done for some other things. If you go to the invoices, what are things is been see this storage, compute, networking, see this.
In the company side and only once if I getting a job in company, how like they will provide the access, like how they will reduce the
That
cost?
is we'll talk about. They will be the organization's level. You have the separate account. It won't be a pay as you go.
Okay.
Microsoft will provide it you that is in as a um
Free
uh,
account. Okay.
that is different. Until unless we have that all the you know expertise on this billing part. I'm talking about this is learning. So organization's point it will be separate. Again, people will bargain with the Microsoft sales team. We have these many resources. You can't give me that is upfront price. If you go with
They will provide the license to the individual organizations. Based on that, they will deal with
there you will have that
Microsoft.
lot of
Okay.
RBAC role will be there. If you go to the pricing for Azure
Hmm.
pricing
Hmm.
calculator, if you see it will be that is in whatever resources you would be having that. It will ask you that what is that resource you are using, right?
Hmm.
Let me just go to the
Hmm.
Azure price calculator.
Okay.
Okay, this is a calculator portal. It will give the estimation cost, right? And it will
Hmm.
again it will tell you that your overall what is the you know they'll give a 3 years, 5 years, some discount options, all it would be there,
Hmm.
right? You
Hmm.
can just let's go to the different portal for pricing list. Here it is.
What is the duration of this program, by the way?
It's as of now today and tomorrow we have planned for the workshop. You would be able to
Okay.
understanding as much as
Mm-hmm.
possible. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now see here, this is a pricing cost, right? If you
Okay.
take one of the virtual machine example, and
Hmm.
which region and which locations you wanted to select, what is the configurations you would need it if you taken this much hours, right? If you see here, if you go to the pay as you go,
Okay.
and if you go to the saving plan, 1 year
Okay.
plan, again obviously it's giving you see this 31% of discount and 53 of discount, and
For learning Azure, any prerequisites is required or it's not necessary? To I should learn AWS first,
right.
then I
So
can able to go
prerequisite
with
is
Azure.
as Microsoft has suggested already, you would have that at least you have some operating system related or networking related, some basic
Hmm.
fundamental if it is there, well and good. But if
Okay.
you see this, if
Hmm.
not, what it says here, you should be
Hmm.
familiar with operating system, networking, servers, virtualizations. If not,
Hmm.
no problem. But down the line, when you are start learning on this, you would be able to familiar with this. So ultimately, when you come to the why I need to choose a cloud, when question asked, obviously it is yes on premises whatever I was using in on premises what you are using. We are using for on premises networking. We are using on premises servers and we are using on-premises place all the hardware product, networking product, licenses, softwares, everything we using for in on-premises, right? So why I coming to cloud? You don't need to have that all the headache. So Microsoft is taken care. So in this scenario, you should know this some basic concept.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
once you logged into the portal, if you get registered, I just suggest you would be able to see the free account. Once you go to the email account, credit card, and you get registered with it, once you logged in, you would be able to see these many services. You are new to this environment, go to the first here, click on the all services.
Hmm.
If you see categories, how many
Hmm.
categories
Categories.
are there? Analytics, AI, machine learning,
Virtual
compute,
machine, SAP
container.
service, storage account, databases, day
These are
of
all
general.
the category Microsoft has keep developing and keep adding, keep their enhanced features and adding everything. And
Hmm.
whatever service we are working in this part, what are those?
Hmm.
Manage Azure Identity Governance, implement and manage storage, deploy and manage Azure Compute Services, implement
Hmm.
and manage network virtual networking, and monitor and maintain the services. The first service when you go and talk about virtual networking, this part. So what are the prerequisites? How do I start with these services? Then you can ask portal, which is Azure. You can come back here, which is go to the virtual networking, right? So how
Hmm.
do I begin with this virtual networking? Before that, create a virtual network. You should know that if everyone familiar with IP addresses,
Yes, it can able to check your system configuration, whether it is communicating with the server or not. For that is an internet protocol address.
that's correct. But in
Huh.
if I ask you
Huh.
what are the classes of IP address
Huh. Class A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E. Total five classes are there.
and
Hmm.
how do I decide what would be the subnet mask of each classes?
Hmm. It will divide larger amount of IP address into the smaller. That is called subnet
How
working.
many IP addresses are using? Correct. Addresses
Hmm.
are using of each classes of IP addresses. So how do I decide what would be the subnet mask? If I talk about, if I think many of people know that class A, class B, class C, class D,
Class E.
class E. So these two are not using as of now because it is already reserved for the scientific
Hmm.
purpose, and we would be using for only class A and class B and class C. What is the class A range of IP address?
Uh,
And what would be the default subnet mask?
20, 255.255.255.0.
No, sir. Class A, it is not that one. What
Nothing,
is
I
the range
didn't
of
see.
IP address first? Class A.
0 to 126.
Correct. 0 to 126.
127 is a loopback IP address.
Correct. So 127
128
is
to.
the loopback IP address. Correct.
Hmm.
Right. What would be the default subnet mask? Should be
Uh, 255.0.0.0 class A,
correct.
I guess.
Correct. In this scenario, if I write /8, focus on other people, others, please on focus and concentrate because this part, if you understood, then you can able to write and you can able to handle for, our virtual networking. This is the first most important. We are going to build infrastructure networking in the cloud. To build a networking infrastructure in cloud, you should understand this concept very thoroughly and practically, right? If I tell you that /8, what do you mean by that? And if I ask you that how many IP address and how many network we are using in this class A, how do I calculate it? Same things, class B, and what would be the subnet mask? And same things for class C. We told that is 0 to 126, right? And what do you mean by 0 to 126? How do we use it? It should be going to basically this IP address is what? It is 32-bit IP address.
Hmm. That is for large network actually.
It's
Class A will be.
divided into 4 octet, right? And each octet, what is that each octet? How many bits? When we talk about 32-bit address, this 32-bit address divided into 4 octet, and each octet, how many it should be? Should be 8 bit, 8 bit, isn't it? 8 bit and 8 bit. So how many are there? 42. So if you class A, how do you start writing your IP addresses? It should be 0.0.0.0, isn't it? So it is talking about start with the 0 to 126. And what is that? Value 2, 126 dot 255 dot 255 dot 255. This is how you're going to start your writing the IP addresses. It is 32-bit IP address. It's divided into 4 octet. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each octet 8 bit. Now if I wanted to write this into the binary number, how do I write it? Now we given this is default subnet mask in a class A 255.0.0.0. How do I write into the these
And
255.0.0.0?
binary format, huh?
Right. How do I write it?
You have to convert that decimal to binary format,
Correct.
whatever you have. Yeah.
Now I can do like this. It should be 8 bit we talked about. It should be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32,
32, 64,
64,
128,
128. So how many
hmm.
bits are there? 8 bit.
Totally 8 bit.
Right. Now, if you want to become a 255, how do I write it in binary number? This 255 I need to write a binary number. It should be 8 bit. How do I
Hmm.
write it 0? How do I write 0? How do I 0? And what do you mean by called as a slash 8? And in this class A, how many IP address and how many IP address means you can say host, and how many network you are using. How do I calculate it? So to calculate here, we must know that how do you convert into the binary number. Now, if you say 255.0.0.0, how do I write it? If you say that 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1, what is the value of this? If you calculate
You
128 plus 64,
188,
192.
192,
192 plus 32, 224.
224,
224 plus 16,
238,
240.
240,
240 plus 8 equal to
248.
248, and 248 plus 4 equal to 252.
Hmm.
252 plus 2, 254, and
54,
254 plus 1 equal to.
255.
So it should be writing all 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that equal to 255? Isn't it? Now, how do I write other zeros? Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right?
Yes, it is right. Oh, I did not understand what is mean by octet.
Octet means what? 8 bit equal to 1 octet. This is 8
Okay.
bit equal to 1 octet. 8 bit equal to 1 octet. The 4 octet. Octet means 8 bit equal to 1 octet. Each octet,
Oh,
how many bits? 8 bit. Each
bit
oct,
is different. Bit is different. Byte is different. Huh?
ha, right? 8 bit or 8 byte. You can talk anyone. Bit or byte.
Specify in the notepad separately. One bit equal to 8 octets, something like that.
Ha, it is already written here.
Each
Right? Each
octet will
octet.
be 8. Each octet will be 8 bit.
8 bits. Right.
Hmm.
Now, if you see written here, now
Hmm.
how many ones are there here? How many zeros are
Totally
there? How many
8.
zeros and how many ones are there?
Totally 8 ones and 8 zeros.
So what is the indicate of that? One indicate here. Please concentrate here. One indicate is network.
Hmm.
Zero indicate for here host or IP address.
Hmm.
Now in class A, if we are
Hmm.
using class A, how many networks and how many hosts we are using? How do we calculate? There's a calculate is equal to 2. If the one is, what would be the 2 to the power of? 2 to the power of how many ones? And address, IP address or host 2 to the power of how many zeros? Now, how many ones are there in a class A? Should be 2 to the power of 8.
8.
And
Hmm.
how many zeros are there in a class A? 2 to the power of
8.
how many zeros are there?
8. Again 8 only. Oh, sorry, total zeros. 8 threes are 24.
24.
Huh.
Right? Now, what is
Huh.
the value of this? And what is the
Uh,
value of this? Think about here how many networks and how many
host.
pipets we are going to use it. 256 networks and
Hmm.
2 to the power of 24. If you ask, 2 to the power of 24.
Hmm.
So the value would be
1
be
lakh
any,
16.
not 1 lakh, sir.
Oh, 16 crore.
1 crore 67 lakh 77,216 IP addresses you are getting in class A. Now, since you are using class A IP address you are using only around 500 or 600 IP addresses. What about the remaining IP address?
IP address are chargeable,
Obviously, sir, you have to have that chargeable, right? You need to
right?
purchase those IP addresses. This is a private IP address. In this
Oh.
scenario, in this
Huh.
scenario, now the calculation will come. No, I don't want to lose or loss for the many IP address since I'm using the class A. Let's get that is in what IP address I'm using. That much only we can purchase it. So such scenario you should understand this. And Microsoft tell you that when you're creating your own network in this virtual network, it will tell you that I'm going to give you this IP address, okay, and I'm going to give the 10.0.0.0/16, and then please create 4 subnet, okay, 4 subnet, and each subnet I would need for 254 IP address. This is the actual requirement in a cloud, in Azure networking. So it must be we need to create, we must be created for our virtual network, VNet, and you should be creating a subnetting, and you should be creating for your resources. Under the subnet you are going to create a resources, and those resources will get IP addresses what you decide. It should be like that. It should be like that. If you go to the, it's a complete VNet. It's a VNet 10.0.0.0/16, and in this subnet you are going to creating a one subnet and second subnet example. Now this is a subnet 1, and I would need how many IP address? 254 IP address here. And subnet 2, this is how we need to create in a cloud. Subnet 2 and 254 IP address. Now, to do this kind of, how do I decide it? In this entire network, I need to create a subnet. So you should be able to plan for here 10.0.1.0/24. Now 10.0. In this entire whole network 0.2.0/24. Then you should be able to understand that how the network calculation would work here. Example, when you go to this, if you create a network, virtual network, I will going to explain you in the next class. If you see the creating virtual network, it would ask you to the what is your virtual network name, say for example VNet 1, and which region you are going to create your entire virtual network. Go to the next, and it would ask you to the IP address you see here 10.0.0.16. In this entire network you would be getting 65,536 addresses, and how many subnetting you are going to create it. When you go to the subnetting part, you can rename this as a subnet 1, and here it is, you can go to the 1.0 is a one subnet. If you see the 256 IP address /24, so we should know that is in. What do you mean by the slash number? The slash number is the most important here. In a class A, you are using /8. How many IP addresses and how many network you are getting? This is the what calculation. I mean, at the same time, if you go to the class B, what is the class B IP addresses? If you created here, now you would be able to see 256 IP subnet when you go next and you are going to creating your VNet. So before we creating, let's understand this. All the class B and class C, what is the IP addresses of in a class B? 128 to 191, right? And what is the default subnet mask? Just a minute, guys. I'm getting a call. Okay. Now please concentrate in this 128 to 191 in the class B. What would be the subnet mask? Here we are using 255.255.0.0. What is the slash number here? We're using the 16. How we are using 16 here? How we are using 16 here? How do you write it in binary number again? We return the binary number in the class A. How do we return here? Right? How do you writing in the class B? So 255, you know that how do you writing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And remaining zeros 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? So you have the 16 slash 16 means you have the 16 ones. Again, the same calculation. One indicate for network in a class B, 0 indicate for host or IP address. In a class B, how many networks and how many hosts you are getting. So what is that value here? 2 to the power of 16 is 65,536. What is the class B here? 2 to the power of 16. The value is 65,536.
The host.
Same things for in a host as well, right?
Yes.
And again, if I am using for the class B, if I'm really only needed for the less IP addresses, what is the subnet I need to provide? Every network, class A, class B, you need to think about how many IP addresses and how many network using in the default subnet mask. This is what we have calculation. In class B, we are using for network for 65,536 and the same because we are getting the equal both. So always indicate for the slash number is networks. Same type for class C, what is the default what is the range of the class C? 192 to
Actually,
224. What is the default subnet mask in class C?
it should be 223, right? 192.
192 to 224.
Okay.
Class C, you think 224? Class C, even how do you test it here? You can go to the properties, right? 224, right? Is a 223. 224, it is not valid. So start with the 223. 192 to 223. When you go to the 223, the subnet mask could be coming. You can see 255.255.255. The moment if I say subnet mask click, it's coming 255.255.255. So the class C subnet mask could be 255.255.255.0. And same time, if the class B we talked about, what is the class B last number? 191 255.255.255. What would be the subnet mask? 255 255.0.0. What is the class A? 126.255.255.255. What is the subnet mask? 255.0.0. If you write
Zero
the
dot.
127, it won't take it. It will tell you that it's a subnet. It's a loopback IP address. So every classes of IP address you have a default subnet mask. The same default subnet mask we need to calculate here. Again, the class C. What is the value of this? What is the I mean, how do you validate for your network and host?
Network.
It's a slash. How many slash number here? Should be
840.
how many slash? What is that? We talked about class A slash 8. Class A is a slash 8. Class B is a slash 16.
816.
What would be the class C? Should be guys. What is the class C? subnet mask, we have given the already subnet mask. What would be the number of ones? Indicate for 8 and 16 is the equivalent for the number of ones.
24.
24. How do you write the 24 here? I wanted to convert in binary number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And zeros. 6, 7, 8. Is that right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if I wanted to manage for in the same, how many networks and how many hosts are coming into the class? See, what is a network? Which is 24. And what is the host? 8. So exactly opposite of your class A, which is this many networks you are getting and these many 256 IP addresses you are using. So remember, number of ones are increasing, number of IP addresses are decreasing. Number of ones are increasing, number of IP addresses are decreasing. So accordingly, you should know that if you tell you that is a number of IP addresses are using, then your number has to be reduced. If I tell you this is what requirement would come to the actually in the productions. Okay, they're providing for 10.0.0.0/16. Example, please find number of. Okay, let me first find this. I'll give you this number. I'll give you that is in 18. First /18. Please find the default subnet mask. Can anyone calculate for this? I'm giving you this /18. What is the value of, or what is the default subnet mask coming into this class? Which class? We don't know that. I am using the class A IP address, but I'm giving you the /18. Doesn't matter which IP address we are using, but find the subnet mask, and once the subnet mask you received, you would be able to manage how many networks and how many hosts you are using. Can anyone tell me this? Hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to explaining. This is the most important. Many of people are not aware about when they start career in their cloud. You need to focus on this. You need to understand this, and I'll actually practical. I'm going to show you very shortly how do you create your virtual network in a cloud.
Virtual network in the cloud means nothing but it's a VPC.
Same in a AWS you call as a VPC. In Azure we call as a VNet.
VNet.
Yeah.
Azure VNet.
Azure VNet.
IP address concepts are very important.
Very
but
important.
I
Very,
did not
very
understand about the subnet mask. Can you please explain once again? I'm requesting you.
I'll explain you, but please help me to understand this, and please help me if you know this, I can able to help you easily. I gave you this IP address
10.0.0.0/18,
and please find the default subnet mask.
The subnet mask will be
Everyone please try and help me to understand that. If you understood this and the subnet mask, you can able to manage it.
255.255.192.0.
Perfect. Just try how it is. Just give me 1 second.
I have written in 11110.
Right. So how do
Then I
we,
have
as we know that 16, what is the value of this? 16, what is the value of this? This is the value, isn't it? Yes or no? If you want to make 18, how many ones to be increased? Now this is we written the 16, isn't it?
Correct.
Now how many ones to be added to become a 18?
You have to convert that one.
No, I have already written the 16 ones, right? To become a 18, how many ones to be added?
18 ones.
How many ones to be added additionally? We have already 16.
Another two.
Another two. That's all, right? Another two. So we have the 18 ones now.
Correct.
So what is the value of this? 255.
255, 255.255,
No, no,
192,
no, no, no. 255.255. What is the value of these two ones?
192
192. That's it.
dot
You see
0.
here, 128 plus 64, 192.0. Yes,
Correct.
this is what
Correct.
we got, that default subnet mask of this number which we provide, which is given from here. This is what
Def
production would ask you.
what is default gateway? That is different. Huh?
Default gateway is different. That's not mixing up, because when you go to
Huh.
default gateway, when you're connecting between the two network, right?
Okay, okay,
When you
okay,
between the
understood.
connect network, that's you required for the one router to here. But now we are talking about this network, right? How you are going to managing one network, how you are going to managing in this, how many networks, how many hosts you are getting here. So now you identify this. Now tell me how many IP addresses and how many networks are coming in this. Now in this scenario, we return the 18, right? How many networks and how many hosts we are getting? We already discussed. What is the number of ones? What is the number of hosts? Number of hosts here. This part. Tell me how many one indicate for network, zero indicate zeros. How many
Host.
ones are there? How many ones are there? 2 to the power of 18.
Yeah.
And 2 to the power of zeros. How many are there? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Hmm.
So what is the value of this? 2 to the power of 18
2 to the power of 18, it will come
should
around
be
2,62,144.
correct.
Hmm.
This many networks you are getting. 2 to the
Correct.
power of 16 again
Hmm.
should be 65,536. Sorry. 65,536. Sorry.
Discovery strategy, design, build,
This
analyze,
is
grow.
what, if you know this concept of right now, 65,536, right? This is your entire network. They gave you this 10.0.0./18, and please create a
The
five
digital pro-
subnet, five subnet, and each subnet IP address should be, must be 255. Now, how many subnet you are getting in this? How many networks you are getting? 26,000. So you create a five subnet. How do you do this? Can I create like this? 10.0.1.0 one network, 10.0.2.0 one network, 10.0.3.0 one network. And as I said, for each network, I would need for each subnet, I would need IP address to 55. Can I make it for the /24 here? Can I make it /24? Subnet one dot in this entire network, you are getting for these many networks. I'm going to use for the five subnet 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. And each subnet, I would need IP addresses. I don't need this many IP addresses. Remember, the number of ones increasing, number of IP addresses are reduced. So when I say 24, what is the value of this? And again, what is subnet mask of this? Subnet mask would be /24. You know that already. The 55.255.255.0. And how many IP addresses you are getting? How many zeros are there here? Is it getting confused? Is it
Yeah,
understanding?
getting confused. I got confused.
Okay. Where it is how about others? You guys are getting understanding or not? Because this part is most important before I directly go and talk to the creating a VNet. Okay, first most important, remember, I hope you understood the default subnet mask. Class A, Class B, Class C, everyone. Is this clear, this part? Class B, default subnet mask. Class C, default subnet mask is clear. We know that every classes of subnet mask, isn't it? Yes or no? Every classes has subnet mask. Every classes has subnet mask. Class A 0 to 126, 126 last IP address dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. Example, it should be 255 dot 0 dot. Class B last IP address 191, right? 191. 191 255 dot 255 dot 255. It should be 255 dot 255. Class C should be 223 dot 255 dot 255 dot 255. Subnet mask could be 255 dot 255. So class A 255 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. Class B 255 dot 255 dot 0 dot 0. Class C 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 0. So we return in a slash 8. We return in a class slash 8 slash 16, and we return in the slash 24. Why we return the slash 8 slash 16 slash 24? Why?
As per the
Because
big
why? Because if the slash indicates for, remember, is a number of ones, right? Number of ones. A number of ones means what? It is equivalent to network, right? Number of ones, it means equivalent to network. Now, how do I find the ones, or how do I find the network? How do I use it? Now, if you convert into the binary number, how do I write it? We
You
should write.
have to convert into decimal, then only you'll get the number.
Right, right. Now see this:
Huh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
huh, huh,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and
huh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right?
One means network, zero means a host, that is IP address.
Correct.
Huh,
Now
huh,
what I said, slash 8 means what? Number of ones means network.
huh, huh, huh.
Now same, what is the class B? How many number of ones?
Class of the number of ones, sir.
Why we written this
That's
ones here?
because understanding into the
255.
decimal
Correct.
255.
Now
Huh.
same things. How do we write in the class B? Why we written the
One
slash 16?
correct.
How do we write in
Uh,
binary number?
one one
16
one
one.
one one eight again 11118 again
Correct.
and
Correct.
000000.
Correct.
Correct.
Now,
Huh. Correct. Huh.
now
Correct.
same things for, how about then a class C?
11111
Correct. It
Huh.
should be,
Correct. Huh.
this is changes to the 111.
Correct.
1 1.
Correct. Huh. Huh. Slash 16 slash 24. I did not understand. 8 16 24. What is next then?
Slash 8. How many
Huh.
ones are there?
8.
Okay. 8. Okay. That is the reason you
Slash
written.
16. How many ones are there?
16 ones are there.
How many slash 20? How many ones are there?
24. Next will be 32. Huh?
Number of ones equal to what? Network.
Network. Number
Number
of
of
0
ones
equal to
equal to
what?
network.
0.
Number
Host.
of ones equal to network. I
Hmm.
have written here 0 means what?
Host.
IP
IP
address.
address.
So here how many zeros are there in a class A?
Class A almost 24 zeros are there
So
as per
2
my
to the
knowledge.
power of is 2 to the power of, it is host.
24. Huh.
Host indicate number of zeros. How many are there? 2 to the 24. It's also called as IP address.
I'm really enjoying today's session.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
Right? Because
very
this concept has to clear, otherwise you won't be able to do anything. Many of people are lacking for the fundamental part. Once
exact.
indicate for that, right? This is
Network.
host we
One
called up.
indicate for network, zero indicate for host.
Zero means what?
Host
Host or
IP
IP address,
address.
number of zeros. Here one
Hmm, hmm.
indicate for
Network.
network,
Host means like a system. Oh,
IP address,
no, that is
device,
okay.
device,
One more.
device.
Yeah. Okay.
So you are
One
going to
more.
provide IP address to the device, right?
Hmm.
Yes or no?
One devices I'm going to provide this many IP addresses.
No, 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 not like that. It's a one
Then,
indicate for network.
huh,
Okay.
huh.
It's a number of ones. One second. Number of ones. Number of ones. Right? Here. Now, what is the value of 2 to the power of how many values are there in a
2
class
to the
A?
power of 24.
24.
Because why 24 means we have 0, 24
Correct. Now
in
you
class
got to
A.
know that.
Huh.
Number of zeros. How many number of zeros are there in a class A?
24 only.
No. Sorry. Now number of ones are 8. Number of zeros are 24.
Number of zeros. Okay. 2
So
to the power of 24. 2 to the power of 8 is one is a network.
256. Correct.
Huh,
256.
huh. Come down to class B, I will answer the now. One
Right.
number of ones will be almost 8 are there. Number of zeros also will be 8 only. Correct.
The value is for class A should be where we return this 1 crore. Somewhere written here, right? You can see this. So class A, is that everyone clear this class A? What we written in this? Class A written is understood everyone. This is a default we are talking about. Class A, we know that is in 255.0.0.0 is the default subnet mask. When we written the /8, it is coming when we writing in a binary number like this. /8 means what? Number of ones. Why you written the number of ones here? Because 255, when you write into the binary number, it's equivalent to 255. Here,
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
is the value.
Hmm.
All written
Correct.
111, it is called the equivalent of the 255. Now, same things, 0000000, all are we need to write into the 8-bit because it's a 32 bit, 8-bit, 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 32-bit. So now 8 ones are there in the class A. 8 ones equivalent to 8. Number of ones means what? Network. Now I written again here. 1 indicate for network. Number of ones 8. 256 network you will come. In a class A, there is individual number of dividend network 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Like that you would getting for the 256 in a class A. 1, 2, like this individual network. This one network will come in a class A. How many IP addresses are coming in a class A overall? Crore together. Crore together IP addresses you are receiving. Same time, when you go to the class B, what is the value of that? What is the value of this class B? How many networks and how many hosts we are getting? Same concept. How many network, how many
8 bit
hosts?
and 24.
What is the value of 2 to the power of?
16 bit and 16 hosts.
Simple. Because you return for the class B, how much? 16.
50.
And return the 16 ones, 16 zeros. Same, 8 ones, remaining zeros. 16 zeros, 16 ones. Because you are 16 ones. No, 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 16. Obviously, the same is 2 to the power of 16. Isn't it?
Yes.
The value is 65,536.
65,536. Both should say.
536. And again, the class B is, I mean, the host is also be equal
Yeah.
for this 65,536. Same time, what is the class C?
24 bit and 84
Opposite of the class
hosts.
A, number of ones, how many are there? Here you have the 24.
24.
24. Here we have that is in 8. The value is 1 crore,
Right.
opposite of class A. And here you have the 256. Yes or no? Understood now?
8 whole.
Now you got it for the class A, class B, class C. Now the requirement come to you. I'm no matter what IP address I'm using. I'll use 20.0.0.0 slash
Hmm.
19.
Hmm.
Please find the default subnet mask and each subnet mask and find number of subnet. Each subnet, each subnet 256 IP address needed. Can you please do this? This is what we reality going to do the next class for the practical. If you understood this, then we can easy to create a virtual network in our cloud.
Text in the chat only.
I'll provide for this.
Hmm.
Just please do this. I'm going to give this part. I'm chatting here. I'm so
Hmm.
pasting here.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to paste into the group as well, WhatsApp group.
Okay. Let
Please try
me.
everyone. It is if you understood, guys, I'll tell you this. 60% of your doubt will be get clarified. Okay. And I'm sure you'll be going to handle many things.
So I need to find out subnet mask, right?
Yes, first find the subnet mask. I said, please
Okay.
find the subnet default subnet mask.
It's a subnet mask.
How about others? 255.255.224. How you got the 254? 19. What is the value of 19 here? You see this?
Same thing only. Yeah. One,
We
one,
calculated
one.
here, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
16 already written. How many ones
Correct.
should be added to become a 19?
Hmm.
Now I gave the 19. We already know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2,
Hmm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 already there. How
Hmm.
many should be added to become a 19? 3
Three.
more. 2,
Three.
3.
Three.
So remaining are
Zero,
zeros.
zero, 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 zero.
4, 5,
Again, zero, 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 zero.
right. 2, 3, 4, 5,
Huh.
6, 7. You got to know that.
Correct.
Now
Correct.
what is the value of this? How many number of ones and how many number of zero?
Huh. Totally 19 number one is there and remaining zero is there.
2
You
to
can
the
able
power
to
of
calculate.
2 to the power of
Yes.
19, right?
2 to the power of 19, you can calculate it. 255.255.224.0. That is
Correct.
the default subnet mask.
Correct. Correct.
Huh,
2 to the
huh,
power of 19, 2 to the power of here this value is
huh,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
huh.
13 is a
Total subnet will be 2048. I can able to provide you the answer. Total subnet will be 2048.
2 to the
Hmm.
power of 19. What is the value of this? 2 to the power
You
of
can calculate
19.
it. 2048 is the right answer according to my knowledge.
Let's see. It's
Hmm.
giving 52,000, 5,24,288 for 2 to the power of 98. Sorry, 19. 2 to the power of 13. 2 to the power of 13. The value is coming here.
Total
800.
subnet will be 2048, right?
No, sir. Network I'm getting here. So you are directly calculating from the subnetting calculator.
Correct.
I'm using for this 2 to the power of 19. What is the value you are getting here?
2 to the power of
19. 2 to the power of 19. 52, which is 5,24,288.
52,000, 5,24,288.
4,288. Right?
That is the
Your network in a class, no matter which classes you are using.
correct. Okay.
Now, how many addresses are coming? 8192.
Hmm.
This is your
Hmm.
overall network.
Hmm.
This is your overall network. In this, now you got the find the subnet mask, right? Now we need to create how many? 5 subnet and create 5 subnet and each subnet we need to have the 256 IP address. So how do you create it? So we have given this IP address 20.0.0./19. So you can do this 20.0.1.0 slash 24, 2.0.0 slash 24, 20.0.3.0 slash 24, 20.0.4.0 slash 24, 20.0.5.0 slash 24. We got a 5 subnet, and each subnet I written the 24. What is the IP address we would be needed each subnet? I would need it 256. Is that if I written 256, can I am getting for the 256 IP address here?
Yes.
So now in the cloud, we should be writing this way. If you see the 10.0.0, we are using for 20 right here. 20.0. Which is the value 20. This is the value, right? Example, in the cloud, we need to write here 20.0.0.19, 19, and what is the value of this is subnetting 20.0.1.0 slash 24. Now see here in the cloud, if I go to the cloud, we wanted to create like this. This step we'll talk about next class tomorrow. I'll help you. Now, I hope today you are understood that is in how the actual network is going to created in the cloud. Now we'll be going to creating in your network and how many subnets you are going to create it. And each subnet you are going to create it, the resources and the resources IP addresses are receiving from this subnet. And remember, Microsoft Cloud Azure, each subnet they have reserved 4 IP addresses. In Azure, every subnet 4 IP addresses are reserved. Remember, this is most important. You won't get directly, start IP addresses. If you see this, Azure subnet reserved IP address. What are those reserved IP address? You should remember this. Most important interview questions would ask you. Okay, you should answer this. First, each subnet reserve the 5 IP, not 4, 5 IP addresses. 5 IP addresses for internal use. These reserved IP addresses are critical for ensuring proper network functionality and protocol. First IP address is reserved for the network address. Second address is 1, which is say for example 20 we are using. So it should be 20.20.0.0.0 is a network address. 20.0.0.1 is a reserved for default gateway. Someone asked the default gateway, right? And next 3, 2 and 3 reserved for Azure DNS, and last broadcast IP address for 255. Every subnet, remember this IP address should be now, if you build any resources on this subnet, what would be the IP address releasing for the subnet, every subnet. Now, if I build one device, one server, if I deploy here, what would be the IP address will be released here with this reserved IP address considering? You won't get a start IP address 1, you won't get a 2, you won't get a 3. It's already reserved. What would be the starting IP address for this? 20.0.0. What is that IP address? Start range of IP address. What is that? What is that? Next IP address. What is next IP address, guys? Should be now 0 is the network address, 1 is default gateway, 2 and 3 for DNS, 255 is the broadcast. What would be the next IP address should be released here? Should be
4.
4. Start with the 4. That's all. And next IP address should be 5. we'll talk about how these IPs get released to the subnetting and resources you're building until 255 IP addresses. This is what we need to validate. You need to thoroughly understanding. If you go to the subnet 2, 10, 20.2.0.4, again this subnet. Here we are going to use for 20.0.2.0/24. And what is the IP it's going to release here? Here we use, sorry, not 0.0, it should be using 20.0.1.0, 1.4. Should be 20.0.1.4, 20.0.1.5, because that our subnet would be start with a 20.0.1.0. Now here 20.0.2. What is that value? 4, right? 20.0.2.5. This network subnet is 2, this network subnet is 1. And if you wanted to create again like this 5, you created here. Here that IP address you are going to use 20.0.2.4 start with IP address, and here 20.0.1.0, 1.4, 1.4 is IP address, right? Start IP address of every subnet. Start IP address, start IP address, and here the other subnet 3.4, another subnet start IP address is 4.4, isn't it? And another subnet is 5.4 start IP address. This is how we're going to start in the network. This is how we are going to create your VNet. It is entire network. What is the network entire? 20.0.0.19. This main network, inside we have created subnetting. And this many networks we received. Net many, again, if you have a confusion is you can go and subnetting calculate will be there. You can go utilize of this. If you use IP subnet calculator, you are given this IP addresses for what is that value we given here? We given is 19, isn't it? 19, right? We gave this 20.0.0, what is that? 20.0.0/19, and you can use the IP address of this here. What is the IP address? 20.0.0.0/19. Calculate it. See here. You see? You getting my point here? Total number of hosts 8192. Number of hosts 8192. Right? Number of networks. And you are going to see this. And this is all called as a CIDR value, classless inter-domain routing. CIDR value we call as. You see here 20.0.0/, one network address, and a broadcast IP address, every network it would be, right? And what was the subnet mask you received here in this? What was subnet mask you received here? 20 range. What was it? 255.255.224. 255.255.224. You see? Right? You getting my point, guys?
Yes.
Understanding here? This is all we need to do the network fundamental part. Then we'll talk about how do you create really in the network in the cloud. We'll talk about next class. Tomorrow we'll talk about as a day 2 sessions.
I'm
So hope,
requesting you send me that notepad document.
sure, sir. I'll share it. Don't worry. Okay. So I hope you enjoy the today session, and let's see tomorrow same time we'll talk about. I'll practically show you for the how the actual network works, and you will be able to understand the more detail on this. Good to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thanks for time joining for today's. I hope you enjoyed the today's session. Let's wind up. Let's connect tomorrow same time. Bye guys. Take care.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Bye.